Hey guys, how are you doing? Happy Wednesday. I'm just going to give it a little minute because I'm not known for starting bang on 7:30. And so there'll be a lot of people who are like, oh, it's 7:30, we should watch Emma on our Facebook Live. But it's okay, she always starts late. And for once, everything, the tech has worked smoothly. And yes, I'm being very cautious saying things like that. But at the moment, touch wood, it's all working fine. So if you're here, hi. If you're not here yet, or if you're watching on replay, lovely to see you too. Hey, Karen. Right, we've got at least one other person watching me, so I'm going to kick off and I'm going to get started. I've got lots of new products to show you tonight, which is really exciting. If we've got time, I will have a play. I'm going to show you the new kits. And if I've got time, then I'll open them up and we can at least start making one of them. Hey, Shona, glad you're here. Before let me flick down, we can start getting onto the good stuff, because I know this is what you want to see rather than my ugly mug. Hey Heather, hey Julie. Oh, we've got the whole gang here tonight. Fabulous. So before I start showing you some of the products, I just wanted to show you these really quickly because I'm really pleased with them. I made a whole pile of cards to go out with some customer orders and some eBay orders. What do you think? Do you like them? They're done using one of our packs of DSP, which is not within arm's reach, or I would show you the full thing. But they are really easy cards. So coloured card bases, just a basic white shapes cut out using the scallop dies. And then these little boxes here, 1 inch by 1.5 inches of designer series paper. Just 4 of those boxes, and then your sentiment on the middle. I've got some little embellishments there. So these are cards which I have made to go out with orders this month. Now, you might be thinking, wow, Emma, you have so many orders in a month. I don't. I'm not expecting all of these to be used this month, although it would be very nice if they were. But I also have quite a lot of items on eBay at the moment. My wonderful husband, Tom, has decided that we really need to get focusing on selling off all my retired goodies. And he's taken that as a task, and bless him. We now have 150 retired stamp sets and dies listed on eBay. So I will put the link to my eBay shop on my Facebook page. If there's anything you're after, check it out. There's some good bargains. There's some retired. There's some very rare stuff going all the way back, back to 2009, back to the beginning when it started in the UK. And anybody who buys one of those stamp sets will get one of these cards as well. So thanks, Heather. I'm glad you like them. I should point out, it's not completely my design. I was inspired by a card made by Linda Dolk, I think her surname is. She's an Australian demo, because we all, a lot of us will look at pages and be inspired by other demonstrators. This is something called CASE, so copy and share everything they talk about. So I was inspired by her design, and this was the version of her card which I made. But yeah, if you're looking for some bargains, there's ones on eBay, and I'll even refund you the postage if you're coming to my place and you can collect them in person. Right, what else do I have to show you? These ones, and again, don't shout at me. These aren't online exclusives, but these are new dies that arrived in this order. I did do a bit of a bumper order. I order twice a month, and this is my first of my July orders. But remember, we've got bonus days promotion going on in July. So for every £45 you spend, you get a £4.50 voucher that you can spend next month. And given that next month is pre-order for the autumn-winter catalogue, I'm spending lots this month so that I can get lots of freebies next month. And so I bought these dies. These ones are Wanted to Say dies, because I wanted more words dies. So there's a happy birthday, and that does both the words and then the layer behind it, which I like. Same with this one. That's celebrate. And again, the background, I'm trying to figure out what that one says. You're too kind. And again, with the background. This one's a feel better soon, which actually I'm going to make one of these cards. I've got a friend who's not well at the moment in hospital, so I think a feel better soon card would be fun. And then these ones as well. So like a parcel with a bow, the flowers, the stars, the hearts, little leaves there. So I thought these dies, I've wanted them for a while, and they came out new in this annual catalogue, so I'll probably have a play with them very soon. And then these dies, these ones are called All That dies. These dies, it's interesting. These particular dies, those ones don't have a stamp set that goes with them. These dies do, but I wasn't a huge fan of the stamp set, but I did like the dies. I thought the labels, the banners, the flags, these sort of shapes were really useful for sentiments. And then these ones here, they cut out like a plaid, almost like a tartan shape. Now, I'm going to Las Vegas next month for one of the Stampin' Up leadership events. I'm very proud to have been asked. And certainly when I'm abroad, certainly when I'm amongst all the Americans, I really like to play up my Scottishness. So I thought these I could do something tartany with. So maybe next week or the week after, I'm going to try and design my swap, and I would love your input on that. But it's definitely going to be done using these dies, and because of the size of them, absolutely using the adhesive sheets. And I try and do something tartany. It's probably going to be gorgeous grape, let's face it, it's one of my favourite colours, but I might do something purples and greens. It's a shame we don't have the thistle anymore, because that would have been perfect. Right, the next online exclusive is a little bit of a slightly boring one, but also very useful. These are the scoring blades that go in our trimmer. And you're like, but Emma, why would I ever need a replacement scoring blade? It's not like the trimmer blades that you will need to replace from time to time because they'll get blunt. Why would you ever want to replace a scoring blade? You don't need to replace them, but sometimes if, like me, you have your scoring blade, you have your trimmer that you move around with a lot, sometimes the scoring blade falls out, and sometimes it falls down the back of a big heavy unit and you can't reach it. So having spare scoring blades is a really useful thing to have. Hey Debbie, glad you're here. Yeah, so online exclusives, they've brought out spare scoring blades, and I have picked up a packet of those because I thought they'd be very helpful. Right, let's get into the good stuff now. So, first of all, we have got the So Very Merry stamp set. So this is a photopolymer stamp set. It's got 10 stamps in it, and they are stained glass type stamp sets. So you've got the bird up at the top, which is totally a robin. Let's face it, this is a Christmas one. So I would colour that in. You've got the bells. I like this one with the angel, and then this one with the Santa. The little... Now, it's mistletoe, isn't it? It's not holly. That's definitely mistletoe because of the shape of the leaves. The little gingerbread house I think is really cute. And then you've got some sentiments here as well. So I think this stamp set is going to be perfect for using with my blends, either colouring in directly onto the cardstock. I can see me stamping on vellum, maybe even stamping on our window sheets using our StazOn ink and colouring in with the blends. So that is a stamp set which I will be using over the next days and weeks to come. Next, we've got these. So these are the adhesive back snowflakes. And when I first got it, I thought, oh, they're all falling everywhere in the packet. But they're not. They're in different sizes. Let me show you what I mean by that. So first of all, you've got them in white, copper and gold. And you see the back sheet has got the larger ones and the front sheet has got smaller ones, but there's actually two. So there's 3 different designs in total. There's this big one with like, if I show you that, they've got like pointy elements on it. Then there's the small one which has got more flattened background to it, and then the little 5-pointed star ones as well. So 3 different colours, 3 different shapes, 2 sheets worth of the snowflakes, but when you first open them up you think, oh, they've all fallen everywhere. They haven't. It's just because you've got 2 different sheets. So they're going to be fun to play with. That sort of copper and gold shade, I think that copper shade would be perfect with our in colours. So the wild wheat and the copper clay, I think these are definitely the colours that will go with that. Next, I have got one of our new reels of ribbon. Let me open this up so I can show it to you. So this is real red and gold. It's definitely a one-sided ribbon because the other side looks like, oh, actually, that could be pretty as well. Gold with red dots. But it's basically real red with this beautiful, and I don't know if you can see how shiny it is, but there's really a beautiful metallic sheen to it. It's quite a firm ribbon, this one. Let's see how it holds up in a bow. Actually, already just by the feel of it, ties really well. I'll have to fiddle around with it a wee bit, but actually that's a really nice ribbon for holding its shape, holding the bow really nicely, but also it's not as if it's creased or crinkled much at all. So that's a really, really nice, the real red and gold dotty ribbon. All of these items are available just now. They're available online in the online exclusive section of the website. Okay, last bit I've got for you. So this is the One Horse Open Sleigh Designer Series paper. There is a stamp set and die set to go with this one as well, which I didn't get just now. I may yet change my mind, but I really like the papers. So let me share these with you. They are 6x6. There are 12 different double-sided designs, so 48 sheets in the pack. So we start off, I mean, that's a card in itself. You know, all you need to do is mount that onto your card front and a sentiment, you know, even if you had the Santa with a sleigh. And then on the other side, on the reverse, you've got this, it's a very fine pattern. It's almost like fabric, red there. So that's the first of our papers. Next one is, so kind of like the red with the flecks in it. And on the other side, it's another one of these photo styles. So you've got the countryside, the trees, and the snow falling as well. Love them. Right, what's up next? All of these papers are basically one side that's like a photo and the other side that's a texture of some description. So this one, I mean, look at that. I'm trying to show that in its entirety. Just the forest, the background, just the little fox. He's so cute, and his paw prints walking through the snow. I think, again, for scrapbooking, even for home decor pieces, these papers are absolutely gorgeous. Let's have a look at the next one. So this texture, almost, that one's obviously wood grain. It's like planks of wood. This one, it's almost like wood, but then there's the picture at the other side. Look at that. Can you imagine using cards with this? All you need to do, chop it in half, maybe trim a bit off the bottom, or do like a long thin card. Add a sentiment, maybe a bit of ribbon. Hey Debbie, hi, glad you're here. Really, really beautiful, these papers. Loving them. Here's another one. Look at that. The kind of countryside scape. It's making me feel all Christmassy, and I know we're not there yet, but it does. I like that one as well, the blue dots. So you can kind of, I can see me layering these as well sometimes on these papers. Let's look at the next ones. So there's the green textured background, again a lot like fabric, and then there's the picture. Isn't it so cute? Just that little deer in the background. They're interesting pictures. It's not quite photo quality, but it's much more than cartoon. Because, I mean, you can see like the levels, the layers on that. In fact, actually, that would be really nice. Because you've got 4 sheets of that, you could cut out the trees and stick it on top. So kind of do like a decoupage 3D type effect with that. That's really interesting. So this one, the texture one is again one of those wood grains, and then that's the picture. Isn't that beautiful? I'm loving these kind of snowy, wintry scenes. Am I getting too enthusiastic about it? Are you looking at me going, Emma, you're absolutely nuts? They're not that great. I like them. There's your kind of, again, texture, very fabric-y type texture. This one, look at that. It's like you're a bird looking down on the forest floor. So you've got the trees that are coming right, reaching up to you, and then just those little tracks through the snow of some animal. I just think it's really beautiful. They are wintry more than Christmassy, I would say, because you've definitely got that snowy element. These ones, again, looks like fabric. Makes me think of train carriage seats. And then look at that. They are beautiful, Julie. I'm glad I'm not alone on this. But look at that, just the way that the lights shine out and are reflected on the snow falling in the background, the lights on the trees. That would be a beautiful card, you know, from our home to yours this Christmas. Something like that. You don't need much. Touch of ribbon, a sentiment, and your card's done. Very easy to use. We like quick and easy, don't we? There's another one that's kind of the green with the texture. And then on the other side, it's like sunrise over snow with the trees as well. Just a couple of leaves that have fallen. Just beautiful, beautiful. And then getting towards the end now, only a couple more to go. So that's the snowy one. This one I would say is almost greeny rather than blue. A lot of them are very blue, but this one's almost green. And then the trees background. The problem with these papers is you can't decide which side to use because they're all fabulous. And then last ones, you've got this red sort of texture, and then there's the picture side. Isn't that beautiful? I am a huge fan of Raymond Briggs' The Snowman. I love the cartoon. And when I look at this, it just reminds me of that scene where they're just jumping over the fields and they're just about to take off, just with the snowy flecks and everything. They're lovely. I really love these papers. So these, let me tell you the name of them again. It's the One Horse Open Sleigh Designer Series paper. They are part of the online exclusives. So they're not going to be in a catalogue. You're only going to find them online. I would strongly recommend you look at the online exclusives. And if there's anything you want, grab it quickly. Why am I saying that? There are items that have already sold out in the States. There are items that sold out within 4 hours of them going live in America. So the online exclusives are very much while stocks last. You get it while it's there, and once it's gone, it's gone. So if you are interested in these papers, or the ribbon, or the stamp set, or the adhesive snowflakes, or there are other items on the website that I didn't get, if you're interested in any of them, if you're looking, please do not hesitate. Just get them straight away. Don't miss out, as other people in other markets are finding that they are now missing out. And July's the best month to do it in, because for every £45 you spend, you'll get a voucher to get money off next month. What's not to like? Especially, by the way, if you guys are demonstrators, and I know a few of you watching are, those £4.50 vouchers that you're earning this month, you can spend on pre-order for the autumn-winter, for the Christmas catalogue that's coming out next month for us. Comes out the month after for customers. Right, kits. Let's have a look at the kits. This is the Boho Beach kit. This one should have come out last month, but there was a slight delay, unfortunately, in Europe. Came out in the US, but we couldn't get it over here in time. Oops, banging things around. So let's have a look. So first of all, as the name suggests, they're beach cards. Sit back and relax and enjoy your day. I like the little parasol there. So we've got a pecan pie spot. So if you're tempted by some of the new colours and you haven't started your collection yet, you can get started with pecan pie. That's one of the new ones. And you've got these sentiments. So there's like a palm frond there. Another leafy one, spots. We love some splatters. They're always useful. And then enjoy your day. Sit back and relax. Especially right now as people are going off on holiday. So let's open up this kit. I'll do a full kit unboxing of both kits. And then if we've got time, I think we might have time, we can play with one of the kits. And whichever kit we don't get round to playing with, we can do it next week. So let's pull out some of these bits and pieces carefully, she says. Glue dots. Let's put them down before I lose them. So there's, as I say, those are the designs. You've got 2 different designs, 4 cards in each, and you've got these pattern envelopes that go with it. These are all the bits on the back. The colours: Crumb Cake, Gloss Lagoon, Pecan Party, Pool Party, and Wild Wheat. Okay, dokie. So next we've got some linen thread. Looking good. Got a clear block. So again, one of these kits that you can take with you if you're going on holiday or if you're going somewhere. And we've got the foam pads and the glue dots. I'm going to put them both in the same bag. So everything you need is in the kit apart from a pair of scissors. Scissors are all you need. Actually, that doesn't quite. I'm going to fit it in anyway. Right. Okay, envelopes. Ooh, I was going to say, are they different envelopes? They're not. It was just the back and the front. So you've got 8 envelopes. This sort of, what do you call it when you get that? It's not watercolour. It's like marbled effect. Is that what you call it? I think so. I'm going to call it that. Marbled effect. Front and back, plain on the inside. So beautiful pattern envelopes. And then we have got the card blanks. So again, that sort of marbled effect. White on the other side. You've got ones that are obviously all of those browns, the pecan, the wheat. And then this one that's kind of browns and blues. They just look like sand at the beach, don't they? Seaside. It just takes me back to by the sea on the beach with all the sand and the bubbles. They're beautiful. They are gorgeous envelopes. Right, next we've got some die elements, some die cuts. So you've got 2 sheets of these. So 4 parasols and 4 of these kind of palm fronds. At least that's what I'm calling them. Palm fronds. I think that's probably what they are. These are quite funky. They're almost like seashells, almost, or fans, you know, for somebody to sit and fan you while you're sitting on the beach with your cocktail. More elements here. So the chairs, which are quite nice, and then more of these fronds. Oh, these are quite cool. So these are the tags for the sentiments. So the colour all around them, and then just like these little die cut pieces at the side. Whereas this one has got the colour and then the die cuts along the bottom. I think they're quite cool. Right, so that's everything in that kit. Not going to be assembling this kit just now. I think this is probably one that we'll leave for next week, depending on time. So I'm going to pop it back in the box for just now because I have got a second kit to show you. Let's move that out of the way. So that was the Boho Beach kit. And then this one is the Blossoms Wishes kit. So this kit is the new one for July. They are kind of bringing out a new kit every month. So the Boho Beach one is the one that came out for June. This is the one that came out in July. There you go, Blossom Wishes kit. These are slimline cards, 2 different designs, 4 of each, and coloured envelopes. Let's open this one up. Now, this kit is cheaper than the other one because it doesn't come with stamps and an ink spot and a block. So those kits, the kits that come with stamps and come with ink, are naturally more expensive than the ones that don't. So if you're looking for bargains or something to do with the kids or the grandkids, then the ones without stamping are going to be cheaper. There we go. So that's the instructions. What colours have we got in these? Lemon Lolly, Orchid Oasis, Petal Pink, Starry Sky, Sweet Sorbet, and Wild Wheat. And then, ooh, now these are nice. Right, you've got, how many of these do I have? Oh, these are the card blanks. Ah, right, I thought these were just layers. Can you see the embossing on those? You've got these chevrons. And I was like, oh, they're embossed layers to go on top of the card. No, these are the cards. So you've got these embossed. So there's 4 of them, long, kind of like slimline cards with the embossing on them. I like them. Ah, and then you've got another 4. So these chevrons go in the other way, but these ones are bigger than those ones. So if I put them together, try and show them on the screen. So you've got 4 big ones and 4 smaller ones. The big ones have the chevrons pointing up to the top, and the little ones have the chevrons pointing down to the bottom. So that's quite cool. I like that. Full sheet of dimensionals, foam dimensionals. Always useful. You've got 4 of these. Now these are obviously to go on the larger cards, but they've got, can you see that they're cut out round there? So you've got these laser cut elements, and then the stitching along the edge as well. And then it's got these kind of speckles on it. So the colour is wild wheat, but it's got these speckles on it. Almost makes it look like vintage, like gold. It's almost a metallic type effect without being shiny, if that makes sense. If it doesn't make sense and I'm talking absolute drivel, then you can tell me, I won't be offended. Envelopes, blue envelopes, and they're blue on the inside and in the outside. So these envelopes are solid colour. There's the smaller ones, obviously, for the smaller cards, and the bigger ones for the bigger cards, because it would be daft to have the wrong size of envelopes for the cards. Ooh, these are nice. Right, so again, die cut elements. These ones are obviously for the smaller cards. More of this kind of featured cutout bit and more of the stitching down the edge. This, I would say, is probably sweet sorbet, again with the speckles to get that sort of textured effect. Ah, here we come onto the metallics. So there's, you can see the shine on that, can't you? So the blue that it's shine, I say blue, what colour is it? It's Orchid Oasis. This blue is really, really shiny. 2 sheets of these, so they're die cut, so they just pop out. And as you might have spotted, they're in 4 different languages. So we've got Happy Birthday in English, C'est la fête. There we go, that's French. One of these is going to be German, Schoner Geburtstag, and Fun Verjaardag. I'm guessing that's Dutch. But there's 1, 2, 3, 4 happy birthdays in English, which I suspect will be the ones I'll be using. Then you've got the other sentiments. So again, these are in our Orchid Oasis, but with the starry sky foiling around the edges. And in English, you matter. That's quite sweet. I like them. Again, die cut, so they just pop out of the sheet. Then we've got, I'm going to say these are fruits. So it's 2 more die cut sheets. I'm thinking those are probably pears. And these are, what do we think? Cherries or apples? Peaches. Actually, that's what they are, aren't they? They're peaches. Vote and let me know what you think in the comments, but I'm pretty sure those are pears, and I'm pretty sure those are peaches. Maybe nectarines if we were being really fussy, but I think if they were cherries, we'd have the stems. And if I kind of skip ahead and show you what's coming, we've got more die cut pieces that are here, and so these are kind of branches, I believe, that these go off. Peaches and pears, yeah. I think if there were cherries, we'd have more cherry stalk type things. And again, apples, being an expert on apples, that I am, I think again there would be a leaf. So the fact that we don't have those leaves or stems, absolutely, I think they're peaches, or possibly nectarines if we're being fussy. What else do we have here? Mini glue dots. Oh, these are cute. These are little vellum shapes. Can you see these? They're little vellum daisies, just with little yellow highlights in the centre. And I was thinking, are they all the same? They're not. So half of the sheet are these larger ones, and then the other half of the sheet are these smaller ones. So there are 2 different sizes. You might be able to see that at the edge there. They're really cute. Do you know what? It's only 8 o'clock. I might, given that this kit is all now unpacked, I might just make this one up because it doesn't include stamping. We can save the stamping one for next week. Let's have a go. Do you guys have time to watch me assemble this kit? If you have to go, I'll understand. But let me put this together and see how I get on. So, start off with the smaller of the two cards. Clear the decks here a little bit, Emma. Oh, one of those shapes there. Right. Now this is interesting. When these poke off, you've got that little bit that needs to poke out as well. And actually, if I look, there's another little piece in there. In fact, turning it over, you can see far better from the other side all the bits that need to just poke out. Sometimes they just need a little bit of encouragement. There we go. There we go. Thanks, Heather. Then I need one of my pear pieces and a You Matter element here. And it also needs some of these. I'm not going to poke them out just now. I have a feeling if I poked them out they would then fly off and go missing. So, right. Dimensionals. I'm just going to show you in the instructions, it shows you how to stick the pieces on at the back, and where it's got the open one, little hexagon, that means dimensionals, and if it's got a little dark black spot, that means glue dots. So that's how I know which ones to use and where to place them. So let's follow the instructions. As much as I love creating my own designs and using the stamps and the dies and making up things as I go along, sometimes I really do enjoy just picking up a kit, following the instructions, making a pretty card, and not having to brain today. Sometimes, especially after a long day at work, I don't want to brain anymore. Don't make me do the braining. People are going, what on earth are you talking about, Emma? Braining isn't a verb. Anything's a verb if you try hard enough. Right. So I am glue dotting. Oh, I need to put dimensionals on the back of that as well. You also know when you're following the instructions, if you use the numbers of dimensionals that they do, that you'll definitely have enough to do the whole card. It stops you getting carried away using 600 dimensionals on one piece, because you don't want to run out. Right, let's see how this fits on. So it sticks down with a slight border around the edge. More of a border than that. About there. There we go. And like that. Quite pretty. And then next goes on my pears. My pair of pears. That fits about there. And then peel off my glue dots on my branches. I think blue branches is an unusual and interesting design choice, but I think it works. There we go. And then it's designed so that that sticks up, which is cute. Let's put this on here. That goes on the bottom. You matter. And next, I do need to pull out So 5 of the larger type ones. Sorry, 3 of the larger type ones and 2 of the teenier ones. These are so easy just to pop out. This makes life a lot easier when you have the hard work done for you. Right, glue dots on the back. I really should be using my take a pick tool, but it's in my pencil case somewhere on the table. My craft room is once again a bit of a bomb site. You're all going, Emma, when is your craft room not a bomb site? But it was actually much tidier at the weekend. I did a lot of tidying up and clearing up, but it never lasts very long. I can't be the only one who's an untidy crafter. You can't tell though, can you? My cameras are pointing in the right direction. Let's see. Pull all the backs off these glue dots and then stick these on. So put one on here. And these little ones just kind of layer up. There we go. I think that's quite cute. So that's the first card, You Matter. Like that. Stampin' Up should sell vellum daisies. They totally should. They totally should. We have a sandbox function where we can make suggestions and recommend things. That would be a good thing to suggest. Right, let's pop that to one side and let's try the other card. So I've got my card base here. Got the element here. Let's put all of these foam pads on. So always having a look, see if you're looking online at the online exclusives. Make sure you check out the kits section as well, because the kits aren't in the catalogue, but they're always worth a look. They're useful to have around. They're a lot of fun to play with. And you never know when you're going to need a quick and easy card just to pull something together. And a kit can definitely be a lifesaver in that respect. Give me a shout in the comments if you've used the kits, what your favourite kit is, which ones you enjoy the most. Or equally, if you're thinking, oh, I could never use a kit, why not? Tell me, let's have the chat. I think you can be just as creative with a kit as you can with some of our other goodies. It's just personal preference. Right, start peeling these off and assembling. See, this is where I miss my pick it up tool. It does make peeling off dimensionals an awful lot easier. And if I could see my pencil case underneath the whole pile of stuff, I might have just grabbed it, but I can't. Right, let's position that on like so. There we go. See the chevrons through the background there? I think that's quite nice. Right, now the happy birthday goes in the middle. There we go. And the peaches. Peaches, 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 peaches. That's what all the kids are singing these days, apparently, according to my nieces. I haven't quite gone insane. Close, but not completely. Right. Now this time using these ones. Ah, right. I was thinking, how do these go? But that's because you've got the same thing but kind of like in opposite directions. So you've got one that goes there and tucks under. She says, this is easier. This is not as easy as it looks because that and that go there. And then this needs to tuck under, but because of where I've stuck the foam dimensionals. Right, you know, I'm just going to see if I can peel this up slightly. Yeah, right. So now let's put that under, line it up to where it needs to be on my peaches. Put that back down, that'll hold that in place. Of course, I was meant to put glue dots on first. Let's put a glue dot on retrospectively. Stick that on. Peaches are... What was the radio? Was it Radiohead that had one about peaches? Peaches for free. Millions of peaches. Peaches for me. There's lots of people now who think I'm actually having a stroke of some sort. I do know what I'm talking about. I'm not completely insane. Bye, Debbie. That's okay. See you next time. See kind of how that positions. Yeah, that goes there like that. Let's put another glue dot on that one. Glue dot bits everywhere. It's fiddly with all the glue dots, I'm not going to lie. I think if I had done it the way you're supposed to do it rather than putting it on afterwards, it would have been a bit easier. So there you go. Learn from my mistake. When you do it, do the glue dots first. There's a back of a glue dot stuck in the centre there. How did I get that out? There we go. Ta-da! Where there's a will, there's a way. Right. Oh, wow. Now, lots and lots of vellum daisies. This time, am I? No, I'm not going to do that. I was going to say, well, I put the glue dots on before I pull them off, but I'm not convinced that's going to be easier. Right, what do I need? 7 little ones. Oops, there it is. And 4 big ones. 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 4 of the big ones. There we go. Glue dots. I'll glue dot these up. What do we think of the vellum daisies as embellishments? I think they're certainly an alternative to bling. You all know how I feel. I love my bling. These I think are nice. They're subtle. But what's best? Vellum? Vellum daisies? Or pearls or diamantes? Would we have been better with something shiny on these cards? If you were designing your dream card, would you have vellum daisies, or would you have used metallic daisies or something else? What do you think? Alright, let's peel off these backgrounds. You want some, oh, bling in the middle. Now there's a good idea, Julie. There is nothing to stop you putting bling in the centre of your vellum daisies, if you should so desire. Remember as well, kits are just starting points for inspiration. You don't have to follow the instructions. You could do anything you wanted. You could take all of these elements and do something totally different. There's no Stampin' Up police who are going to bang on your door and say, how dare you use a kit in this way? At least no one that's ever found me. So, and I do rebel quite a lot sometimes when it comes to the kits. So yeah, I think you could do these however you wanted. I love the vellum too, Debbie, I really do. I think it just gives a subtle something. And once I finish this, I'm going to show you again those cards that I've made for my customer orders and my eBay sales, just because they've got a touch of vellum on them as well. So, right, let's push that to one side. Yeah, that's what I was talking about with the vellum. Just vellum round the edge there, just to highlight the sentiment, but it doesn't take away from anything round about it. So, touch of vellum. Okay, we are done on these cards. Let's get the envelopes to go with them. They're nice envelopes. They're sturdy, they're not flimsy envelopes. They're a really good quality. And I think the blue of the envelopes really does just kind of offset the colour of the cards. There we go. So we've got the You Matter card with the pears, and then the Happy Birthday card with the peaches. Do you have a favourite? Which one do you like best? You've got the touch of vellum. They're almost like blossoms, aren't they? Like apple blossoms. Well, obviously they're peach blossoms and pear blossoms, but they're lovely little blossoms, those. The colours are gorgeous, Heather, they really are. The other thing that kits can be really good for is giving you ideas for colour combinations. So you could use the sweet sorbet and the orchids, the wild wheat, and make your own cards, make different cards using this colour pattern, this colour palette. I like them both. I don't know if I like the peaches best. I can see me using the Happy Birthday more because I've got various birthdays coming up, but yeah, I like them both. Right, I think that is probably us for today then. So let me flick this back round. Thank you very much for joining me tonight. I hope you've enjoyed that sneak peek of the online exclusives and our latest kit. If you're checking out more of the information, you can check it at the website. More information down below. If you're going to shop, remember to use the hostess code. The one for July is down there below me. And for every £45 you spend, you'll get a voucher to spend next month. A voucher for £4.50 off. So don't forget that. And watch out how much you're spending. So if you're up to £80 and you think, oh, I'll just stop there, an extra little amount is enough to get you a second voucher. So just be aware of that when you're shopping. As always, if you've got any questions or you want anything you want to ask about, then you can get in touch with me either through Facebook Messenger or by email or through my website. And I'm more than happy to help out with anything. Hope you've had a lovely evening. And yeah, see you next time. Take care, everyone. Happy crafting.